So the first thing we're going to do is go to our applications on our phone and touch our iTrack247 icon. And that'll take us to our login screen. From here, you can log in using the username and password you created when you activated your unit. I already have mine typed in, and touch sign in. And that will take you directly into your account on the application. So if you would like to change some of the settings on the application, if you're on an iPhone, you're going to touch our little cogwheel in the upper left-hand area of our screen. If you're on an Android phone, it will be 3 dots on the right-hand side of your screen to reach the settings. So for this, we're going to touch our cogwheel, and that takes us directly into our settings. The first setting you see is Auto Center, which is currently on. If we turn that off and save it and go to our map, you'll see that you can move the map around and it will stay wherever you want it to stay. With the Auto Center turned back on, we save that. You'll see that if you move the map, it will eventually recenter that unit on your screen so that while it's moving across the map, it never just drives right off the screen. So our next setting in here is our list view or our map view. So we currently have it set on list view, which means when you log in or open your application, you will be greeted with this screen, where if you have multiple units, you'll see both of them listed there. If you have only one, you only see one, and you can touch the unit you would like to see the tracking for to view that specific unit on the map. So if we go back into our settings and we change it to map view, the first thing you'll see when you open up the application will be your units or unit location on the map. So for this, we're going to go back to our list view and we're going to save it like that. So the next setting we're going to go over is the always show me on map function. I'm going to go to our unit here. And you'll see that we have our little yellow car that indicates where our unit is at on the map. And the blue dot here indicates where our phone's GPS navigation system says that we are at on the map. So you can use this to know where you're at in conjunction with your unit. We do recommend that if you are going to be very far away from your unit that you do turn this feature off because it can make it difficult to see on the map. So we're going to go back into our settings. We're going to turn the always show me function off. And we're going to move on to the next setting. So our map type setting controls the look of the map that we have on the application. So it's currently set on satellite. And you can see that that shows the grass and the buildings, the trees, all of the topography. If we go back into our settings and select street map, under our map types and save that, it will take us to a more conventional Google Maps view of where your unit is at. The last setting we are going to go over is our time zone setting. If you select that, you'll see that your account is automatically set into Central Standard Time. However, you can change that by selecting the correct time zone for where you are at. And that is how to log into your iTrack247 application and how to change the settings. This feature will allow you to send a link to whomever you choose that will allow them to view the tracking of your unit without actually giving them access to your account. So to use this feature, we're going to select a unit to share the link with. I'm going to select the second one on our list. And that's going to take us to our unit's location on the map. Now, when we touch our car icon on the map, it's going to bring up our information bubble with our car's last known location, the date, the time, and the battery life. It also brings down a drop-down menu at the top of your screen. And the first selection on there is Share Spot. So we're going to touch that. And if you're on an iPhone, that will bring up your options to share this link. If you are on an Android phone, it will take you directly into your text message center on your phone. So for this video, we are going to select Message. And this brings us into our text message center. We already have the pre-made body of the text message with the link that whomever you send this to can touch to view the tracking. And all you need to do is select a contact to send it to. And that is our share spot feature on the iTrack247 application. The InstaFence feature allows you to put a temporary perimeter around the unit's current location that will remain there until the unit leaves that perimeter. You'll receive a notification stating that the unit left the InstaFence, and that InstaFence will then disappear. You can reset the InstaFence at any time and as many times as you would like. So to use this feature, we're going to select a unit from our list. For this purpose, I'm going to select the second unit. And that brings us to our unit listing on the map, where we touch our car icon to bring up our unit's information for where it's currently at, and also our drop-down menu at the top. So for InstaFence, we're going to select the InstaFence function from our drop-down menu, and it will come up with a notification stating that your InstaFence has been added successfully. We're going to click OK. And now you have put a temporary perimeter around your unit, and you will be notified as soon as it leaves that area. And that's the InstaFence feature on the iTrack247 application. This feature will allow you to view a brief playback on the history of the tracking of the device. So to use this feature, we are going to select the vehicle we would like to view the history for. For this purpose, I'm going to select the second unit on our list, and that brings us to our map. So when we touch our car icon, that will bring up our information bubble with where the unit's last known location was, and also our drop-down menu across the top. So for this, we're going to touch our history selection, and you'll see it automatically load and start to play back. You'll see the date and the time listed across the top of the screen, and that will change with every time the unit updated its location. And you'll also see across the bottom of your screen your functions for the playback, which is your pause, which will stop the unit from moving in the playback. And if you pause it, you can also touch the little blue dot, which is the indicator for our unit in the playback, and it will show you what that location's information was. When we touch off of that, you can also see the rewind or the slow down. If you touch your slow down, you'll see that your tracking will start to go slower so you can better see where it moved to. And if you touch the speed up or the fast forward, you'll see the tracking start to speed up and move faster. And you can always pause at any time, play, slow down, or speed up. And that is the history function on your iTrack247 application. This function will allow you to turn off or on the LED lights on your 54 tracking device. So to use this function, we are going to select our vehicle, and I'm going to select the second unit on my list. We're going to touch our car icon on the map, bringing up the car's last known location and our drop-down menu across the top. So to use the LED function, we're going to click LEDs in our drop-down menu, and you'll see a window come up at the bottom of your screen that says Change LED State. Now, our lights on this unit are currently turned off, so if you would like to turn them back on and touch Send Request, you'll see a confirmation stating that your request has been sent successfully, but it can take up to 2 minutes for those lights to turn back on. If we would like to turn those lights back off, we can select LEDs, change LED state, back to off, and select Send. And that is how you use the LED function on your iTrack247 application.